These guys are quite fast, if I do say so myself, and it appears they're on their way with the race. Or Jovin's decided to take an early start, although I don't think that's the case. I think they're on with the race. Yeah, there they go. Let's adjust the audio a little bit. Where's Bluehits?
Mario.
I'm gonna lower Bluehits' volume just a little bit. That should make things a little bit more balanced. I just think the gameplay. Oh, the gameplay sync is actually done by SpeedGaming. Us commentators don't have any say in that. But it seems that they have become synced, so that's good. Good for them. These guys are both very fast, which means for the beginning of the race here in Area 1, it'll be very unlikely that there'll be much in the difference of the way that they do the ghost suck-ups, so that's okay. It just gives us some time to talk amongst ourselves. As you can see, Bluehits, I'll time everything meticulously, alright, so Bluehits with a 107, and Jovin with a 107 on the key grab, so they're even right now, although Bluehits does have a slight lead. Bluehits has been getting some better twirl animations and ghost suck-up control than Jovin has, although they both did that very well. I think that was as good as you can get with that double. Oh, but Bluehits unfortunately misses the second double in that ante-room, so that puts Jovin in a mild lead. So here they are in the wardrobe.
You know, in a PB attempt, that would be start, down A,
hello,
down A.
Drew.
Hi.
I didn't realize you were here with us. You were very quiet. And alas, he is quiet again. Maybe Boston Brew is actually a ghost, and he only shows up occasionally when the spirit world is in, like, perfect synchronicity to our world. Or when the runners are in perfect synchronicity to themselves. Nonetheless, Jovin with a slight lead here. He will be entering the foyer with a 2:33 and Bluehits with a 2:35. So there's about 1.7 seconds between them, which is a very small amount of time between them, all things considered. These are the top two runners currently on the leaderboard, although unofficially speaking, Snap32 has a better time than Jovin. But these are the top two on the leaderboards.
What is it, unrecorded or something?
I believe so, or unsubmitted.
Hoarded.
As you can see here, our boys are keeping their flashlights off. Oh, never mind, Bluehits is deciding to go for some lag frames. That's okay. It lags a lot in ladies' rooms, so you gotta make sure you don't add arbitrary objects to the room. I suppose I should actually, pop over to Jovin's audio.
Probably.
I was meant to switch over to Jovin's audio, but it didn't switch over, so I guess we're sticking to Bluehits' audio. Here they are. Actually, wait, I think it switched. No, it didn't. Okay, I'm going insane. Hello, speedruns are happening.
This game makes you feel like you're losing your mind just in general.
It really does. Okay. Even just witnessing the game is bad for your health.
But witnessing a speedrun race of the game is
Yeah, that's a death sentence.
fantastic.
So the Chauncey fight's quite fun. You avoid his rocking horses and then you suck him up. It's just, you know, your standard boss fight. Jovin doing really well. Bluehits dodging the damage there. I don't know if that was intentional or not. Maybe he's just so used to 100% he doesn't want to lose any coins. You can take damage deliberately in quite a few places during the fight to remove yourself of all your coins, because if you have no money at all, you save a second at the end of the area because it doesn't have to put up the money counter.
You expel coins when you get hit, depending on how much damage you take.
Yes, so you actually expel coins at half the normal rate on Japanese than you do on PAL and NTSCU because you take half damage compared to those two.
Fascinating.
Or I suppose you could say that you would take double damage on PAL and NTSCU. But still.
Japanese version is just all happy flowers and it's a walk in the park.
Yeah.
You can't lose.
It's impossible to lose in the Japanese version. They don't have a health meter. Ghosts just, when they normally would do damage, they just stop and make sure that you're okay. Ask if you're alright, give you some tea. So let's talk about this race. As you can see, these two runners are neck and neck here. Who knows who is gonna win? Neck and neck.
You always want to make sure you're going into the hidden mansion.
Yes, because runs of this game are done on the Hidden Mansion, and the reason for that is because in the Hidden Mansion you have a 1.5 times strength vacuum as opposed to the normal mansion's normal vacuum strength, which means you suck up ghosts quite a lot faster. There are some other differences that are region specific. But in the Japanese version, which is the version that our two runners here are running in, the only difference between normal mansion and hidden mansion is that you have a stronger vacuum on the hidden mansion. Jovin and Bluehits doing slightly different strats just to get those shy guys there. The general idea is the same, but Jovin does his cycles a little bit earlier than Bluehits does, whereas Bluehits does his cycles a little bit later, but still manages to suck them up at the optimal rate so it doesn't really lose or save much time, if any at all. Hey look, it's the Whirlindas. Bluehits gets early release, but unfortunately Jovin does not, and that puts Bluehits in the lead. Isn't that exciting? Early release, if you didn't know, is a RNG dependent scenario in which the Whirlindas can show their hearts 10 seconds earlier. And that's what happened to Bluehits, so he gets 10 seconds of free time save. Huzzah.
I think Jovin missed.
Missing. Yeah, he not only missed poster skip, he also missed the backup for poster skip. What an unfortunate situation to find himself in.
Probably a little shook up, not getting early
Yeah.
release.
Bluehits with the 9:46 brew release, which is a very good time. Anything under 9:50 brew release is like really good.
And you never know with the runner, are they watching the other guy's stream? Are they watching this stream? Are they watching no stream? Like, you never know, like, what they're... Do they have their chat up? Do they not? Like...
Bluehits, Jovin with the 9:59 brew release, so he still manages to stay under 10 minutes, but barely at all.
Are they just going to be
However,
posting in this chat? Sorry.
There's a brew coming up that has a potential text skip as well, and if RNG is not very nice, Jovin could technically still have a chance at sniping the lead from Bluehits here, but we'll have to see. Bluehits with a lump in the sheet. It's not looking too good. And he gets the worst RNG. I guess technically he got the second worst RNG. Jovin, though, getting some much better RNG than Bluehits, absolutely. And as you can see, that lead is almost non-existent now. Those two are very close to each other. Although the wardrobe RNG wasn't the nicest to Jovin, so Bluehits does still have a lead. Bluehits activating the mirror at 11:45, which is a very decent time. And then Jovin at 11:49, also quite decent. I consider anything under 11:50 to be decent, at least for my level. Maybe not for these guys. Bluehits not going for Boo Double. Jovin is going for Boo Double, although he seems to have given up on that.
Maybe he saw it just wasn't there.
Yeah, RNG wasn't in his favor. Bluehits with some abhorrent RNG in the wardrobe.
Oh my.
There. That is reprehensible.
Just lost on the lead, basically.
Yeah.
A good chunk of it.
He's almost even. Like 2 seconds or something. Not even. These crazy runners. Look at how much they stay in sync, even with RNG differences. So now they're going into the mirror room, which will give them the opportunity to do the fire medallion text save warp, whatever you want to call it. If one of them messes up, that gets rid of the lead or adds a lot to it. Let's see how RNG goes for these two wonderful speedies. RNG looking good for Bluehits. Yep, very good for Bluehits. Equally good for Jovin. Okay, so RNG was great for both of them. Will their their boo movement be okay? Yeah, they did fine. Jovin with a very, very tiny hiccup during the boo sucking, but he managed to handle it fine. So now we'll have to see if they're capable of keeping their speed fast enough to be able to get the super swaggy butler candle light where they get to walk down the hallway a few extra steps. which is something that you have to be very quick on everything prior to be able to even do. Although Jovin seems to be doing some insanely quick candles there, so perhaps he'll be okay. Bluehits should have no issue with it as well.
RNG mouse.
Yeah, Bluehit's doing it fine. Look at that, wonderful. Jovin missing the butler, that's unfortunate. His angle was a bit too high.
Yeah, it's always nice when you get it and you're around the corner. Means
Yeah,
you're good.
Bluehit's got to walk down a few steps because of loading is what is believed to be the reason for that. The game has some difficulty handling the fact that Butler and Luigi are in two different rooms, so it takes a while to load the text, and in that time it is believed that is when you can walk those few extra steps.
It's a lot to handle.
Bluehit's missing the chest cutscene skip via the hat, which is unfortunate, although it doesn't really do anything in terms of time. Jovin with the interesting suck-up of the hat to get the text cutscene skip, rather. That's a cool way to do it. I've never seen someone suck up the hat to do it.
Very cool.
It almost feels like it'd be more consistent if you suck up the hat, because you get more momentum out of it. Bluehits with some fun boo time there. Jovin has a little bit more control over the boo, so he's not going to have an issue. Bluehits and Jovin seem to have the same strat for doing the quad here, which is, I think, the best way to do it, although I do it a different way.
Ooh, gets a bomb.
Yeah, Bluehits with some better boo RNG there, unfortunately for Jovin. But we'll see if either of them get laundry boo text skip. Bluehits with a nice one there. Everything about that was manipulated perfectly, so good on him. Jovin, possibly, no. I would have gone down a bit more than he did if I were in that position, but unfortunate. As it is, we must move on.
Bluehits definitely has the momentum at the moment.
Yeah, for sure. He's been doing all right. But this is Luigi's mansion. Anything can happen. You never know. Bluehits with some pretty decent music sheets there. Generally, you want to suck up a bunch and then fire the remaining ones. Jovin with some better sheets, although it's not the biggest time saver. Bluehits with some not so good RNG, though. And Jovin with much better RNG, which is dropping that lead to only a few seconds. Both of these runners have fire, so I don't need to worry about that. They should have no issue here in the kitchen. Let's take a look at their kitchen boo RNG. Shall we?
Last bit of RNG.
Has got a switch so he doesn't get the boo in an optimal spot, unfortunately. Although Jovin may very well. No! Oh, Jovin, that could have been your savior, but alas, it was not.
got bombed.
Yeah. The boo in the kitchen's pretty easy to manipulate. Generally, if there's a lump in the sheet and you don't hear a switch, then that's the boo. And if there's a lump in the sheet and you do hear a switch, then he's in the dishwasher thingy, whatever it is. Not the dishwasher, the oven, the fridge, that area. You know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
You're good.
The right-hand side.
See these backyards.
Yeah, let's see some super
Graveyards.
fast. There we go. Oof, I love watching the fast graveyard double. It's such a exhilarating double.
Dink, dink. Oof, just a
Oh,
bit
Jovin.
far.
That was not very speedy of you. Although they clumped together still, so he managed to do a little bit of damage control there. Bluehits is going to have to mess up quite substantially in order for Jovin to take the lead. Bogmeyer being quite nice to Bluehits there. Bogmeyer being a little bit less nice to Jovin, but still handling it fine.
So it started out a little bit back and forth at first, but Jovin found himself a couple stints there of bad luck and just not able to like get a bunch of stuff to go right in a row, and Bluehits having
Bluehits
more
is-
things go right in a row.
Yeah, Bluehits doing quite well so far, I have to say. He's a speedy boy.
So what do we have to look forward to in Area 3?
We have all sorts of exciting things like tea room, text skip, and super fast Nana yarn balls. Hopefully these runners get the really good moonshot RNG where you can just let go of the ball immediately. We'll have to see. Who knows what can happen? I don't know if either of these runners are going to go for swag balls. It's a bit risky. Swag balls is a strat in which you shoot 2 or in some cases all 3 of Nana's yarn balls at her instantaneously. But that is a very tricky and very inconsistent little trick.
I always get swag balls mixed up with spaz balls.
Yeah, I don't think we have a strat called spaz balls yet, but I'm sure if you can find one, we'll name it that for you. Then it'll be less confusing.
Pretty sure Skazi told me about it. It's not even a strat. You just go up to the balls and just start smashing R and hope for the best.
That's probably the I don't know what I'm doing variant of swag balls. I tried to get consistent at it for a while and it was very difficult, and so I stopped.
Nice shot.
Bluehits unsure of himself there for a second. Took a step to the left before going back up to the stairs. I love watching the tea room tech skip setup. It's very occupying. On your eyes.
Give that cloth a good stretch.
Oh yeah.
Bluehits should have no problem here getting his text skip. And it seems like he is getting it before he gets the ice medallion. I never
Wow.
like doing it that way. It's
That
always
is
like,
it's risky.
yeah, absolutely. Like, I never like doing it. But hey, he worked out for him, so what can I say? He did great.
That's his thing. It's what he does.
Good job, Bluehits. Round of applause, everyone. Do I have a round of applause sound effect I can play?
Yeah.
No, I don't, unfortunately.
I can give you a golf clap.
Give me a golf clap.
Been practicing.
Good golf clap, Boston Brew. I appreciate it.
Mario.
I don't have a round of applause, but I do have something I can give Bluehits. We'll give him one of these. There we go.
Mario.
What is a golf clap? A golf clap
Spoilers?
is- Oh, good job, Bluehits. I love watching brew manipulation.
Okay.
A golf clap is when you take the tips of your fingers and lightly tap them against your palm. It is a very quiet and subdued clap, which is often used on golf courses when the golfers make good shots.
Because you're not trying to be too loud, so you're
Yeah, you
respectful
don't
of
want
the
to
other
distract the golfer
golfers,
while they're trying to golf. Gotta be calm.
Clap wicked loud. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I was at an LM, if this was live in a arena, I would be doing that.
We'll get there one day, Boston.
We're working on it. I'm telling
Oh,
you.
Bluehits, what are you doing?
Getting forked is what's
He
happening.
sure did. He got pushed around.
That's a bit of a screw up. It happens. Oh, and did Jovin just miss?
Yeah. Look
What
at
is
these
going
guys.
on? This is the Astro Room in 2019. Apparently, it's possible to screw it up.
More like the Astral Hall. I feel like that joke works better in writing.
All right, redeems himself and gets the triple.
Yeah.
You just
We'll
go from
see
there.
how their moonshot RNG goes. Optimally, what these guys would want is the RNG where the ball for the moonshot is directly in the center of the moon when it lands, so you don't have to aim it at all. You can just like go right away, and that's a pretty common RNG to get. So we'll see. Looks like Bluehits got it.
Yeah, nice. That was pretty instant.
Yep, that's the idea. That's what you want. But will Jovin get the same RNG? No, he does
Not
not,
quite.
unfortunately. Still a pretty fast moonshot, though. Well, you see, Pharaoh414, the reason that these runners are not going out of bounds is because this category is called no out of bounds. You can see in the middle center of the screen under the Luigi's Mansion logo, it says no OOB tournament. No OOB means no out of bounds. That's the category that they're running. Basically, the idea for this category is go as fast as you can without going out of bounds. So that's what these runners are doing. My dear unaware of how the run works friend.
Has anyone made the how it's the noob tournament? If you look at it, like without the space, really,
Yeah,
it's pretty close. But
it's the noob tournament.
just
That's
with
why we
the
have the top two runners doing it.
yeah.
So, speaking of noobs, these two are doing really well so far. Bluehit's doing a pretty optimal projector room. Jovin is having some fun with the boo as well.
Well, he always goes for this, I think.
Yeah, he does actually, which is really not any slower, if at all.
It's like a bit of a signature for his runs, as he always gets that save and quit, because why not?
Yeah, you know, Jovin likes to sign his runs. You can always tell when you're watching a Jovin speedrun, because he does his signature moves, like pressing the X button when he waits for the whirlwinds so we can zoom in on the painting, and doing save warps in the projector room. Let's take a look at Bluehits Twins RNG, see what he gets.
Mario.
Bluehits with some
Garbage.
less than optimal RNG.
So
He should have just went clockwise around the boxes. Then he would have gotten perfect RNG.
yeah, I mean that box is right next to the door. Oh well. See what Joe.
Joe. We're gonna see what Joe gets. Looks like he's gotten better RNG. Oh, Bluehits, don't do that.
Well.
Now Choco's gonna do twins double and win, right? That's what he's gonna do? No?
Another one.
Another one.
Keeping it interesting.
Oh yeah.
Let's see what the RNG for Bluehits for Jovin is. He seems to be in good spots, but it was the boo ball.
It was, yeah.
It's alright.
A lot of second spots for Jovin this run.
Oh, Jovin, that's not very good. Don't do that either.
Thankfully, this hallway's lit.
Yeah, it's pretty lit, fam. Will Bluehits get the hardest text skip in the game? Find out in 10 seconds. Maybe 30 seconds.
Another blue ball.
Wow. He doesn't, actually.
Did he just suck the whole thing off?
Yeah. I was making a joke, Bluehits. Don't fulfill my prophecy like that.
It's only the most free tech skip.
The joke being that that's the easiest text skip you can get.
Keeping it interesting.
Yeah, for sure. That's his
I mean-
signature move. I mean, he did bonk on lugs last year.
No, this is just pure will right here.
Will he go behind Clairvoyant? No, he goes to the right of Clairvoyant, as does Jovin. You can actually talk to her from behind her chair.
Mario.
Oh, so this is the 90 seconds of text mashing part of the game. It's fun. Who wants to recite Clairvoyant's dialogue with me?
Not me.
No.
Count me out.
I wonder if there's a transcript of it on the internet. There is. There's a whole transcript of it in English.
Just
That's
it's like the
actually-
first answer on Google.
It was on the Mario wiki. But they're almost done, so I wouldn't be able to keep up with them.
Yeah. Google, what's the clairvoyant text? Doo-doo.
Okay, Google. I shouldn't say that actually, my phone's gonna start talking to me.
My phone's a dinosaur by
I have
smartphone standards.
I have a Huawei phone, so take that,
Ooh,
capitalists.
yeah, those are illegal. But anyway, this run is perfectly legal.
Technically, it's an Honor Play phone, which is a subsidiary of Huawei, I think. Either way.
Illegal phone.
Yeah.
Don't worry, authorities are on their way.
That's cool. I'll just let
Just
them know
like-
that I'm working for China.
These runners are on their way to the safari room
Nice.
where Luigi finds this hidden portrait ghost that shoots him with a gun.
Yes, he sure does. This is the part of the game where there's guns.
The vacuum's kind of a gun.
Yeah, I mean, he holds it like a gun and he shoots things out of it, kind of like a gun.
Your flashlight's your sword and the vacuum's the gun.
Yeah, it's like, this whole game is like Skyrim with guns.
Thought that was Fallout.
No, Fallout's
Or
like...
Far Cry.
Far Cry?
The
That's
new
more
Far
like
Cry. The
no,
new
Far Cry is
4.
like Fallout, but without any of the fun stuff.
Nice double. Nice double. Jovin's ahead, by the way.
Oh.
Suddenly, you couldn't get...
Yeah. That happened without my awareness. I'm gonna blame Clairvoyant Boo for that.
And his luck has turned around. But now we got Boo losses. Someone's about to get upset at Boo losses.
Yeah. It's either gonna be Jovin, Bluehits, or Bulasis himself.
Or Boo losses could be upset.
Mario.
These guys are neck and neck, I have to say.
Yeah, they're making it interesting because they keep doing things.
That's the idea. Keep doing things. What if both of these runners just decide they want to take a 10-minute break and they both let go of their controller for 10 minutes?
Like a mutual.
Yeah, they just agree, like, they're just gonna take a break. They just not touch the controller for 10 minutes.
Think SpeedGaming would shut us down.
No, I swear it's RNG manipulation.
Just AFK, bro.
Yeah.
Didn't fall asleep. We're there.
I mean, I know the game is really boring.
It's hypnotic. See, boring is not the right word.
Oh yeah, this game is actually just, like, it's
It's exciting, yeah, but it's so right.
So, let's see how well they do on their first cycle.
That looks nice. That
Yeah,
looks
Jovin
really
has
nice.
a very good first cycle.
just the one.
And Bluehits was
Another
not
one.
as good, but still just as
Yep.
acceptable.
Definitely acceptable. Acceptable condition. It might be missing the manual. It might have some stickers on the cover art, but that Bulasis is definitely acceptable.
Yeah. I always take stickers off of my boxes when I buy used games.
Oh, I hope so.
Because, like, it's just stupid that you wouldn't.
Then you go to peel it, and it just
Yeah,
doesn't come off.
actually,
Yeah.
like right to the right of me right now, I have Clancy's Splinter Cell for PC in a very cool cardboard box, and there's
Oh,
a
it's a
big.
cardboard box.
It's ripped a little bit at the bottom because I had to take a sticker off.
Yeah. Yeah, if it's right on paper, that's the worst because you can't even use rubbing alcohol to get it off.
Yeah, I had to just deal with it. But I'd rather have a slightly damaged box than one with a big used game sticker on it.
Yeah, 90% isoprofic is your friend. Just you gotta keep it away from paint because it will smear paint.
You heard it here first, Luigi's Mansion community. Keep it away from paint.
Yeah, like if you got an N64 cart, just be like careful. You're not just like rubbing really hard, too hard, and then they'll ruin the label. Because I swear to God,
Yeah,
I'll find
you'll
you,
get arrested.
and you will be reported to the authorities for used game abuse, which is not allowed on my watch.
Jovin does go for Breaker, although admittedly Jovin does have some inconsistency with Breaker Brew. Bluehits shouldn't have inconsistency with Breaker Brew, yet he never seems to get it during races.
So it's anyone's Breaker Boo.
Yeah,
It's
for
it.
sure.
Mario.
I know Bluehits goes for Pythagoras Skip, and I think Jovin does too. Pythagoras Skip being a cool little strat during the blackout where you turn to the left and press the X button to scare skip a couple of ghosts in the parlor so that you can walk directly to the door instead of the old strat where we walked around the table. It's very easy, yet a lot of runners seem to think it's really hard and don't go for it. Bluehits is flicking his flashlight to the melody of the Luigi's Mansion main theme. It's always fun.
First player to do so.
Yeah, surprise, surprise. Jovin with a lovely Pythagoras skip. Bluehits with a failed
With the
Pythagoras
knot.
skip.
Yeah.
Oof.
just turned left way too far, way too early.
It wasn't even that, it was that he didn't press the X button in time. Although he makes up for it with Instagram, so good for you.
Oh, you
Bluehits.
actually use the Game Boy Horror to get it?
Yeah, you have
I
to
still don't. I
scare
can't
skip.
even. If you have a skip named after math, and I'm out.
Yeah, math is hard, guys.
It is for me. That's why I'm out on max percent, because you need to be an accountant in order to do that category.
Yeah, if you don't have a degree in a mathematical field of study, you're not allowed to speedrun Luigi's Mansion.
Period.
Which is you need to provide your degree and your credentials before you're allowed to submit to the
See all
leaderboard.
these numbers on the screen, man? It's confusing.
I can't read this.
It's 36 divided by 50. I don't know.
it's a negative number.
Oh yeah.
Jovin's volume is supposed to be currently playing, but every time I try to do it, it doesn't go. So I gave up.
It's about to go up to 11 if he gets
Massive
this.
double cackles there. Will he manage?
It looks like he might just
Nice.
get it.
Good job, Jovin. Bluehits shouldn't have any issue here. He's doing fine.
This drag is insane.
Yeah, Bluehits' signature
Good God.
dragging him strat. I love it. Technically, Bluehits' strat's a little bit easier because of the dragging, but I've found that I can only get it if I do the actual, like, the other strat, which is harder, but
Walking him.
just doing what Jovin did, where you stay on the left of the room and do some late pumping. But the dragging strat is it's very cool to watch.
Late pumping, yeah. The drag just looks like...
It's because with the
consistent.
strat that Jovin does, you kind of want to do your R pumps every 13 HP instead of every 10. So I just say late pumping.
Okay.
I don't know what Bluehits is doing with that boo.
It
But
was
he got
flying
it.
up. I don't know. That boo can get away. It's a morale killer.
Yeah, if that boo goes away, you're obligated to just quit.
Yeah, that's it. Just unplug the controller.
This is a race. You're so right, Chad. Isn't it so cool that these runners are racing? They're literally running as fast as they can up to the roof.
Make SpeedGaming esport.
When's Luigi's Mansion LAN multiplayer in the same...
Oh, that's in my place. This,
Oh,
yeah, the Luigi Summit.
is that a thing?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. My ideas have been taken already.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, wow. Why didn't I think of it? Let's see if they'll go for a soldier double. Looks like Jovin's setting up for it. Although he messed it up. Although he got it in the end, so perhaps that wasn't a mess up, that was just a different setup. Bluehits going for the setup that I'm familiar with. Technically that's a double, but Bluehits did sort of do it in the least optimal way. No Boston burn on Jovin's end, unfortunately. And he pays the price for it.
Yep. I was shaking my head.
Yeah, that's what he gets. Neither for Bluehits. Wow, look at these guys disrespecting the commentators.
Shame. Let's see if anyone gets the animation skip at the bottom of the ladder that I seem to always get on random.
Skip.
Oh,
Jovin
nope.
does not get it.
Even whipped out the... Nope. Even whipped it out.
Yep, he tried his best.
Oh,
Neither does
wow.
Bluehits.
I'm officially better.
It's very, very hard to tell what allows you to get the stumble
It
skip.
really makes no sense.
It's dependent on, like, whether or not the game registers the drop that you do, but what you can do to manipulate that is beyond me.
Right, Jovin's going for the quick pattern here. Ooh, and Bluehead's going for the even quicker pattern.
It doesn't seem like they're going to go for the quad. However, I have actually heard the quad is slower than the triple, so...
Yeah, I'd imagine it would be. Because this room lags so much, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Looks
can
like
just tell.
Jovin's getting some really good RNG if that's the boo.
It's about time. I mean, maybe... Oh, of course not. Bluehits is going to lure it. When you're on that side, you just don't look at him, and he comes right at you. Just don't get hit, spin around. You get one shot at it.
Armory Boo is one of the most aggressive, if not the most aggressive boos in the game in terms of how much he wants to charge at you. Like, it's pretty much guaranteed he's going to charge at you if you do that.
And they were tied, and then Jovin got way worse text.
Oh no,
Like,
Jovin.
easily lost like 2-3 seconds just to that text. It wasn't Vanguard, but it was like the one below that, I believe.
Was it Vanguard text?
It might have even been. I just want to believe it wasn't. Well, it could have been that bad, man.
The Vanguard text is significantly longer than the second text, so it's usually pretty easy to tell.
Yeah. Yikes. So, don't need to light up this room.
Yeah, the pipe room is actually a test spawns even if the room is dark. You just have to turn the The pipe. When I was younger, I always thought that you actually couldn't freeze the river until you lit the room up, but alas, you actually can.
And of course, it's not a problem because they get breaker room boo right away, so it's not like you're debating whether or not he's in here if you hadn't checked. Most runners check.
Yeah, for sure.
I never check, so I'm always just praying he's in here.
The pipe room is the
But Hunter's
room
different.
that Breaker Brew is most likely to go into if he escapes.
So we just get out of here. See ya, grabbers.
Onwards to the cold storage room.
To the most famous portrait ghost.
Yeah, the most legalized of all the portrait ghosts.
And both runners proving he's no challenge really.
Not at all. The Weston's easy.
Simple every time.
If you don't one-cycle Weston, you shouldn't call yourself a speedrunner.
Oh, the double.
Double attack. We're just gonna have to leave the boo a bit to make up for that.
Possible. Easily possible. About now-ish. Oh, wait.
There he goes.
Very
He
nice.
did it.
Didn't even need to do much. And we'll get 2 saving quits here. Unless this text is epic. Alright, good. Good enough.
Epic text, guys.
Sometimes you guys just got more to tell you.
Yeah, sometimes he's feeling a bit extra talkative, but he's okay. It's kind of like how in Earthbound you can get homesick sometimes. Sometimes Egad wants to just take some time to talk to you and feel better. He misses you.
You're not allowed to turn the Game Boy Horror off.
Yes, if you turn the Game Boy Horror off, then Professor Egad comes to your house at night.
Yep.
I've seen it happen.
Alright, now the Ghost Gauntlet. So all these ghosts you see here will be in a gauntlet.
Yes.
3 each.
Did you ever play the game Gauntlet?
They're all game. Until they're all gone. Yes, I played Gauntlet. But first, the original Gauntlet, like...
I had the original Gauntlet on the Midway collection on the GameCube, and I used to play it.
It's a good version.
Yeah.
Solid. Warrior needs food.
Japanese is faster than the NTSC version of the game because the text takes less time as there are less text boxes, and also there are 2 Japanese exclusive text skips that you can do as well, which saves a grand total of approximately 30 seconds over NTSCU. And NTSCU referring to the North American. NTSCJ refers to the Japanese version. The PAL version, the European version, is a completely different category, as that is practically a completely different game. It's really going to come down to text RNG at this point. Not even because they're not getting the boo, of course. It's just going to straight up come down to who has the best king boo. The thing is, both of these runners are very consistent at 2 cycles, which means there's really not much room for error. I think I'm pretty sure Bluehits more or less has this race won.
This is intense.
Yes, Bluehits could
This is
get
crazy.
exploded by the spark in the hallway. I suppose that could happen.
Here it is. Oh, we
Or
got
that could
scared.
happen.
We
Oh no,
both
it
got
happened to
scared.
Jovin.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
That
Are
almost
you
saved
kidding
him.
me?
That was almost it.
Like, the mistakes this run have just been so back and forth. There's a reason it's basically tied.
Yeah.
And they're both still gonna, what, 57?
Bluehits could get a 57-12 and Jovin could get a 57-13.
The pace. It's still really good for a race.
Yeah, this is good. This is a fun race.
Okay, and then you have to watch. You have to watch this cutscene. There's no way to skip cutscenes in this game, so this is the most intense cutscene.
Yeah, all the cutscenes in the game are running in real time. They're not pre-rendered, so there's no known way to skip any of them. You could sequence break, but obviously you can't sequence break the final boss. Otherwise you won't start the fight.
Bowser fastens his head, and
Blue's getting some frame drops there.
just clicking on the pre-recorded
Just
fight.
making
Yeah.
sure his task software is functioning as it's intended.
Joking, of course. These guys, they're definitely really playing. These are two human beings playing this game against each other.
You don't sound too convinced there, Boston.
You saw my face. You know I am convinced.
So Blue hits were at 262 and Joe were at 238.
Oh
Both of these are definitely
God.
but Fritz is going to have to really make sure he does it okay. It's actually impossible for me to know who's going to win at this point because I can't say for sure Blue is going to 2-cycle now. And the winner is Jovin with a 57-12. That's amazing. Congratulations, Jovin.
He comes all the way back.
Yeah, that was some fastness there. And the thing is, it wasn't even because Bluehits recycled. Jovin actually got his to 0 HP before Bluehits' second cycle ended, so Jovin was going to win regardless. That was really good.
What a great race.
Yeah, that was astounding. You guys did phenomenally. So, they should both be invited to the call so they can do their post-run interview. As for whether or not they actually do, that's entirely up to them.
And it's not over. The second game of our doubleheader comes up in a couple hours between HD and Switchmaster.
Yeah, there's
Get
another
these
race
guys
coming
on the line,
up soon,
though.
guys. HDLX versus Switchmaster 64. That's two fast dudes as well.
So
So, where are these runners, and why are they not in the call?
I see runners.
I see them on the setup. They should.
Hey,
oh, there they
God.
are.
Synchronizing.
Ga gang.
Gah.
They're,
God, they sound like lunatics.
or they're just organizing a raid.
Yeah,
Hello.
we did exactly that.
Nice.
How are the lovely commentators doing?
We're doing really well now that you're here.
Thank you.
It's good to see you.
I haven't 3-cycled King Boo in years.
Even if you hadn't 3-cycled King Boo, Jovin still would have won. So don't feel too bad.
Not necessarily.
Well,
Because I had a bad first cycle, the second cycle would have been really fast if I got it.
well, yeah, but that's a little bit arbitrary. The fact is, you wouldn't have been able to come back from that.
I didn't watch, so
Because you're right, but that's dependent on how fast your first cycle was. All I was saying was, even if you managed to get the 2 cycle out of that, Jovin still was faster. So there you go. How are you guys doing?
I suck at Luigi's Mansion a little bit.
That's,
Yeah, me
that's
too.
unfortunate for the world record holder to say.
Yeah.
Oh,
Would be former world record holder.
Didn't expect to
Yeah.
lose it at Bowser. I mean, of all the things I was worried about, that was not one of them.
what would you have been the most worried about?
Toy soldiers. Just
actually
anything
did okay
relating to
on
suck
those,
ups
yeah.
because I don't know if you noticed, but my suck ups are particularly bad right now.
That's okay. Jovin, how are you feeling?
Alright. Not bad. I got like 8 hours of sleep last night for the first time in a while, so that was cool.
Is that how you powered through and won this race?
I got 3 hours.
Oh.
One could argue Bluehits is just speedrunning sleep.
Sleep RNG.
So,
Yeah, he got a better PB.
played really terrible, and then I didn't play terrible, and then I won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the way it works. It's the name of the game, guys.
You did it. Congratulations on facing HD next round.
Yeah.
Love
Wow.
HD.
I'm glad I don't have to do it because this tournament's been going on for 5 months.
Kinda wish I lost, because I don't want to play this game anymore, but oh well.
We both went into it wanting to lose.
No, get back in there.
Get back in there, Jovin. You're not done yet.
You came all the way back and won, man. So anything's possible.
Yeah. So, does that mean that Bluehits is officially out of the tournament and Jovin is on his way?
That is
Reclaiming his
absolutely
throne.
correct.
Okay. Jovin's gonna win the whole tournament, guys. You heard it here first.
I am.
I'm gonna play Super Mario 64 on my Twitch channel.
What about
Wow.
Switchmaster?
Live at bluehits.tv/Twitch.
Yeah.
We know.
So, do you guys have any? I was gonna say any last. But that's probably not the best word. Do you guys have anything you want to say?
Any last words?
Any last words? Just 2.
Okay, what are they?
Foot lettuce.
I love
Lettuce.
Jovin, do you have any last words?
Bye bye winky face.
That's the signature. What about you, Boston? Do you?
Thanks for letting me commentate with you and getting to the runners and speed gaming, and it's been fun.